Hi guys! Hello! Bonjour if you're watching us from France. Namaste if you're watching from India. Hola if you're watching from Mexico, and from Nigeria is how you did. So welcome to Rise and Thrive, and I'm your host, Joyce. So today it's an introduction session, and then I'm going to be introducing the podcast, and also I'll be answering questions about myself. Yeah. So last week I put up on my Instagram story asking people to send in questions they want me to answer during my first episode of my podcast, and I got some questions that I'll be answering today. So before we get started on the questions, I would like to give an introduction to what this podcast is all about. So this podcast is a faith-based platform which vision is to help listeners navigate life, find purpose by actually sharing real life stories and real life experiences of guests that will be coming in on the podcast session to talk about challenges that they actually experience during their journey in certain areas of their life and how they were able to overcome it. The aim of sharing this experience is to inspire other people who will be listening and also help them find purpose in their journey of life. So yes, that's what it is all about. And so yes, on today's episode, I'll be answering questions about myself. Yes, you get to know me, know what I'm about, and also get to know my journey. So let's just go straight to the questions. I actually love question and answer segments, although I hope I'm able to answer these questions properly too. Okay. So let's get started. The first question is, where did you grow up and did that affect who you became? So interesting. I call myself Wazobia girl because I've lived in the major regions that unite Nigeria as a country. So I was born in Kaduna, Zaria, and when I was 5 years old, my family migrated from Zaria. We moved from Zaria to Bida, Niger State. So in Bida, Niger State, I had my elementary school here, and then I went to high school in Bida. And so the language spoken in Bida is Lupe, and yes, I can speak Lupe very well. So I'll start with saying, for those of you who are my viewers from Nigeria and for Lupe people who the Yorubas call Takpa, yes, it's Kubelaji, Keono, Mijebo. Yes, that's the language spoken in Bida, Niger State. And then I moved to Ogun State, where I had my college year. So I schooled in Ota, and then I also know how to speak Yoruba. Yes, I learned that while I was in college. And so the Yoruba people will say, "Báwo ni, ṣé o wà pa, mo wà pa." Yeah. So yes, I speak Yoruba very well, and I also understand Yoruba. And then my family moved from Bida, Niger State to Akwa Ibom. And so Akwa Ibom is home for me. I love the people of Akwa Ibom State. They are very hospitable people. They are very, very accommodating, and I love the culture. They have good food. As a matter of fact, that was where I learned how to cook very, very well. So yes, I love their dishes, and I can actually cook majority of the Akwa Ibom dishes that you know. So yes, and the language spoken in Akwa Ibom is Ibibio. So, and we say Baba die, Aba die, Idioko, Mesere de. So yes, that's it about me. And I'm originally from Asaba. I'm an Asaba girl. So give it up for Asaba girls. And so yeah, that's it. Asaba girls are pretty girls, and they're smart girls also. Someone from Asaba in Delta State. And my mom is from Benin, Edo State. The other question was, how did it affect who I became? So having to migrate from all these places made me learn the culture. and also understand the language. So that was the very interesting thing about having to move from this region to another. So did I like it? Yes, of course I loved it. I loved traveling, and that has really made me want to also, even as when I migrated, I wanted to also travel and also experience other cultures. So I think that my family having to move every time had really become a part of my journey, and so yes, I really love it. But what was it that I really did not like? So one thing I did not like about moving around was the fact that as a young child, I just moved from Zaria to Bida, and then just when I've made friends, and then I had to move again and then move again. So that kind of like created a form of, let's say, instability. But yeah, no saying goodbye is very hard. Yeah, I think that was really hard part for me, having to say goodbye to friends that I made, going to a new place and making new friends. Yeah, I think that was something that really affected me with all of this experience. So, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I really liked it. Yeah, so yeah, I can speak 5 major languages, and then there's a fun fact, but I'm not gonna share it now. I'm not gonna share it now. I'll share it now when there's a question. I think we are going to get down to it. So yes, so that's it about me. And so the next question is, what did you do? Okay, I had my first degree in information engineering, and then I had a second degree in information technology, and then I moved on to, when I migrated, I had another degree in computer science. Yeah, so yes, that's been my trajectory throughout my colleges to my current experience. And then I work currently as a data scientist. So yeah. So the next question was, what has been the most interesting thing about you migrating? Oh, this person who asked this question must know me personally, because yeah, my migration story is a very interesting story. It shows how God's plan for us is more than what we can imagine or what our eyes can see, and how God has helped me navigate life from having to migrate to where I currently am in my life. So my migration story is for another entire episode, so I'm sorry I'm not going to be sharing details about that today. But yeah, I promise you that I'm going to have another episode where I'm going to discuss about it in details. Like, I really want people to watch it, because it was a turning point in my life, and it shows how God came through for me and the possibilities of what God can do for us. So that's, yeah. So the next question was, how did you deal with the culture shock that came with migrating? Guy, hey, I can't even tell you. Like, it was really a shock. It wasn't really a shock per se, because for me, the weather, I really love the weather. Even my friends that were in school with me would testify. They'll tell you that when it's cold, Joyce goes on bomb shorts. I wear bomb shorts when it's cold. Like, I don't mean like bomb short, but I mean shorts when it's cold. Yeah. So I really love cold. I'm somebody who really likes to experience winter. Let me use that word. Yeah. So for me, I don't think the weather was a problem. Weather was not a problem because I really like the weather. But what was a problem for me, bruh? Was communication. When I came, so okay, like the part of Nigeria I had stayed before I migrated, right? Not to bash any culture, actually. The accent was really strong. And for people who are from Nigeria, they know that accent is really strong. In Nigeria, you know the accent is strong. So coming with that accent to another country, you should know what you're coming in from. So when I speak to my colleagues there, they'll be like, sorry, excuse me, can you come again? I didn't hear you. Hello, what did you say? So it was quite stressful for me. And as a matter of fact, I was a teaching assistant, so I used to take undergrad students. Like, I used to teach. And so when they're trying to understand what you're saying, it was really embarrassing. So I had to go on YouTube. Yes, I went on YouTube. I started to learn how to pronounce words properly. And then it became better because I ended up being a TA throughout my time in school. And then it was really interesting. So yeah, I think I grew because having to go on personal development really helped me. And so from where I was coming from to where I am right now, I can say I'm better. Yes, I'm actually better than when I actually moved here. But I'm really happy that I was able to work on it. And yeah, if you're somebody who just migrated and you're struggling with speaking or communicating properly, don't worry, it's a matter of time, but just make sure that you're trying to actively develop yourself. So yes, that's it for me. So I'll be sharing all those other experiences too on this platform. So don't worry, on this podcast we'll be talking about a lot of things, and those are part of the things to be talking about to how to actually integrate when you travel to a new country. So yeah, so that was that for me. So the next question is what are you passionate about? So I'm actually passionate about service. I love to do community service. Yeah, so wherever I find myself, I like to serve in the community, whether it's mentoring young adults or doing community service, or if it's in my church, being active in the church activities like serving in a unit. So service for me is something that plays an important role in my life. I love to serve, I love to give back, I love to mentor people, and yeah, so that's what it is for me. That's really something I'm really passionate about. And so the next question is what are your hobbies? So yes, I'm a golfer. Yes, I play golf. I'm a professional golfer. And then I cook. Yes, I'm a cook. I know how to cook very well. And like I said earlier, I learned it when I moved to Akwa Ibom. So shout out to Akwa Ibomites. They cook really well, and that was something that I'm really glad I learned while I was there. So yes, I cook. So you can check me out on Instagram. The name of my kitchen is Bezos Kitchen. Yeah. What do people misunderstand the most about you? I wouldn't blame them, but yeah, a lot of people think I'm an extrovert. So people who are close to me will tell you that you might appear to be very lively and all, but she's actually an introvert. I can be all by myself. Like at home, I can stay alone in my house for like 3 weeks without talking to anybody or communicating with anyone, just being indoors all by myself, and I'm fine with it. Do you get? And I'm not someone who is a chatty. So for my friends, they had to go extra mile to actually reach out to me, and then that kind of like sometimes strained my relationship with my friends, because I realized that I was missing out on a lot of things. So I see them hanging out and I'll be like, you guys, you didn't call me, I was supposed to, and they're like, yeah, we texted you, you didn't reply, we called you, you didn't return the call. So that really affected me, and I decided to work on my communication. This is me saying to my friends, I'm sorry for those times I was a naughty girl. I'm not returning your calls, not replying your messages, because I actually promised myself that this year, that's part of my resolution, I was going to communicate better. Yes, I'll make sure that I communicate better, and then I have to return calls within 24 hours of receiving them. So yes, I really appreciate your efforts, all of my friends. You know yourselves, you are watching. I want to say thank you for being there for me. Thank you for helping me grow, and also thank you for being patient with me. Those times I was really naughty with communicating. Yeah, but yeah, I'm better now. So what's the fun fact that you can share with us about yourself? Oh, fun fact about me, right? Okay, the first one is I speak 5 languages. So I can speak Benin, I can speak Nupe, I can speak Hausa, I can speak Yoruba, and I can speak Ibibio. So I can speak 5 major languages from Nigeria. And I've been to 16 states. I've lived in 16 states in Nigeria, but not for like long time, like just short stays. But those 4 major cities I shared with you, those are the major cities that I really lived with my family. Yeah, so that's number 2. Number 3, I don't know how to speak my father's language. Like my dad, I'm originally from Asaba. I don't know how to speak Igbo. That's one thing. It's so funny how I can speak these other languages, but I don't know how to speak Igbo. Igbo. So if you know you are very good in Igbo and you want to teach me, please, I'm open to learning. So yes, I really don't know how to speak Igbo. Like, the Igbo is so bad. Like, it's not even like a fact, like I'm trying. Like, no, I don't even know how to try it. Talk like more of understanding it. So what is the most important thing you've learned about life? And what's the biggest takeaway you hope listeners learn? So one thing I really learned about life, 2017, there was a tragic incident that happened in my life, and that really changed the course of my life, made me understand that a life void of God is actually empty. That's just the reality, the truth. He said a life void of God is actually empty, because that life challenge then really shaped the kind of person I ended up being today. And so that's why I feel the need to share those experiences and encourage my listeners. So what I've really learned about life is that life is filled with ups and downs, and the only constant thing in life is God. So God is the only constant factor, and the earlier we begin to align ourselves with Him, the better our life becomes. So that's one thing that I've really learned in life. And then one other thing I've also learned in life is the power of faith. Like, the faith is something people underestimate. Faith has really shaped my life. Like, things I never thought that I would be in my life, the ability to believe and the ability to stick in faith has really helped me. And yeah, those are two things I've learned in life that I think that I really hold dearly. And so, talking about what's the biggest takeaway I hope listeners learn. So for me, the aim of this podcast is to actually get people to share their life experiences and the faith-based principles which can help people navigate life. You don't need to make the mistakes I made. You're able to navigate life. You're able to walk in your purpose, and you're able to find that clarity that you actually desire. So I'll be talking on this platform on diverse topics, and we'll be talking on helping people find out how to secure the bag. Yes, I don't mean your Gucci bag, I mean your financial bag. Yes, securing the bag, actually starting up your business, buying that home, getting on track with your preferred career, how to live within the period of your singleness, what to do while you're single, also building up on your spiritual life. So we're going to be talking about diverse topics. So yeah, it's not just going to be one way, it's going to be two way. So you'll be sharing topics that you want me to talk about, and also I'll be taking comments from you, or areas that are generally bothering people, and areas that you want me to share input, and also invite guests to talk about. So yes, it's a two-way thing. I give my own recommendations, you bring your own suggestions too, and so yeah, that's how it's going to be. So I hope you enjoy this episode. I don't want to promise you that I'm going to release something every week, but I hope to release every week if I can. But for now, make do with this. So yes, I should release one soon, another episode soon. But yeah, that's if I'm able to. But I hope to, like I said, release an episode every week. I want to really thank you so much for taking out your time to listen. Please share the links with your friends, subscribe, leave your comments, and I hope to see you next week, God willing. Have a great week and stay blessed. Always remember, rise and thrive with joy. I love you. See you next week. Bye.